Meantime, on the other side of the country, remember we showed you CHAZ, the city within the city, where the lunatics decided to set up their own little enclave, a place that you may remember at the time the mayor had no interest in breaking down, and still to this day they've gone from having 7 city blocks to 3 city blocks. They're still in control of, among other things, the police precinct in this part of Seattle. Remember, the mayor who said this could end up being the summer of love. 2 people have been killed, by the way, since this nonsense started in shootings.
How long do you think Seattle in those few blocks looks like this?
I don't know. We could have the summer of love.
Well, tell that to the police, who is supposed to be in that precinct, though. But I understand your sentiment, Mayor.
Oh, the summer of love. Don't worry about sending in police to take back a police building and the cities around it. Don't worry about the people who get killed. But guess when the mayor started to actually think that maybe these protesters aren't quite as cuddly as Twitter would make them out? Well, you see, they decided to attack her house, of which she says that the mob had no regard for her personal safety. So it's only literally when they went to her house that she realised the summer of love might be a little darker than she thinks.
Another night of protests, but this time the protest happened right outside the home of Seattle's mayor. Demonstrators marched to Jenny Durkan's house this evening.
Councilmember Shama Sawant was also here at this rally and spoke to the crowd, listing their demands and calling on Mayor Durkan to resign. Now, it is not clear when the decision was made or how it was made to make their way towards the mayor's home, but here's an organizer explaining their reason for doing so.
We came down to Jenny Durkan's mansion to bring the demands of the movement and of the families who have been impacted by police violence to her doorstep, as she seems to not be able to hear our demands any other way.
Now, Mayor Durkan's office gave us this statement, which I will read part of it to you now, saying, quote, Mayor Durkan and her family are in the state program to keep their address confidential because of the death threats mostly related to her work as Seattle's U.S. attorney under President Obama. Instead of working to make true change, Councilmember Sawant continues to choose political stunts. Tonight, she did so without the regard for the safety of the mayor and her family. The mayor was not even home. She was working at City Hall. Seattle can and should peacefully demonstrate, but should not put families and children at risk.
Don't you love it? When it's the city streets, it's the summer of love. When it's your house, it's worth putting down. It's worth getting a bit of law and order back.